What's going on YouTube? So following my previous YouTube video on the DIY side skirt, I have a lot of YouTube subscriber and as well as Instagram follower asking me the video on how I made the carbon fiber canard. So here it is. So I decided to do a brand new video of it. I do have video documented while I was making it, but I wasn't quite happy with the video, mainly because of the way I was talking. I'm not the greatest talker, and especially when I'm working, talking and working at the same time, it's hard for me at least. So I decided to use my actual camera and record this video. So let me go grab my tools and material, and I'll be right back. Okay, so I have everything here. Basically what I have here is a heat gun, a Dremel. Some of these stuff I'm going to talk about later is basically the film, like a nylon film that goes over the carbon fiber resin for it to cure and to give it a glossy finish. I have a video I'm going to show you at the end of this video of how I made the carbon fiber sheet, but assuming that you already have the carbon fiber sheet made, the following step is what you're going to be doing with the carbon fiber sheet. So let's get to it. So first thing, I grab a piece of ABS plastic like this. It's nothing fancy, it's just a piece of 1/8 inch ABS plastic. So I cut a small piece like this, just like a strip of it, and it was straight before. So what I did was I grab a heat gun. And I heat it up like this really closely for about, I say, 3 to 5 minutes until it's softened up. You'll see that it wants to deform. So once you're in that deforming stage, you want to stop heating it and you want to lay it over your bumper like so and let it cool down. You could possibly grab a cool wet towel to help it speed up the cooling down process, so it's gonna form the new shape. So once that's done, you're gonna have a curve that matches your bumper. So that's important because one of the main reasons why you're making a custom DIY canard is that you have a canard that is dedicated for your bumper. It goes around your bumper because not every car has the same curve or shape. So once you have that, the canard or any custom part you're making, it's gonna look like it's dedicated for your car, and that's what's nice about customizing your own parts or making your own parts from scratch. So once you have this, you're basically gonna chase that curve. You're gonna have, in my case, I grabbed another sheet of ABS plastic. So imagine if this was a ABS plastic. So I'm gonna lay it over like this. I'm gonna grab a marker. I'm gonna trace this curve along. I'm gonna cut this. Once I have it cut, imagine so like this. Once I have that curve cut and I have my design of however I want the shape of the canard. In my case, I have the canard to curve and shape just like my front splitter. So if you look top down, you're gonna find that this whole turn matches with the splitter, which is again dedicated for your own car. So a bit of design going on, and that's probably the harder part about making this custom canard, is designing the way you want it. So once you have that cut, I also formed a curve that is going the vertical curve to however I want it. Some people like it just a straight one. to me it's again less dedicated because I do have a beautiful line along this fault line and up. So I want to kind of follow the lip a little bit and then come straight up. So I do have a couple L brackets underneath, 1, 2, and 3. And this one is just a 90 degree. I mean, they were all 90 degree L brackets to begin with. But this one, I basically grab this L bracket and I hammer it like so to open up the angle. So when this is mounted, it pushes this piece to curve up like this, angle up, instead of let's say, instead of aiming like this, if it's 90 degree, it's gonna sit like this. So I open up the L bracket, so now it sits like this to match the flow of the car. And right here as well, I have the L bracket open up, so it pushes the front part of the canard to sit perfectly straight, flat, while this is at an angle. So it's gonna curve down like this, and then comes to the front, it's gonna flatten up. It's gonna be perfectly flat. Once I'm happy with the design, I cut out the ABS sheet as a template just to make sure that it aligns with the bumper, and also the vertical curve is how I like it. Once that's done, I basically lay it over my carbon fiber sheet just like this. As you can see, this is actually the cutout of my current canard. So chase it with a marker and then use a Dremel. So cutting these carbon fiber sheet is not too difficult, especially I have a 2-layer carbon fiber. I don't know how well you can see it, but it's 2-layer. It's pretty strong. You could use a 3-layer if you want. It's gonna be even stronger, so it will be harder to bend, but it's not too bad. So cutting it, I'll show you. So imagine you have this in carbon fiber that you just cut out. So what's next is, once again, test fit it. And as you can see, my template looks a little bit different than the actual final product because first of all, I rounded up all the edges. Looking at this, looks a little too raw, looks a little too DIY. So rounding them up makes it look like something came out of a mold. Looks like it was something that you bought. So I grabbed one of these rubber seal to run it along the inside of the canard and along the bumper where the bumper meets the canard. So just to clean it up even more, in case your cutout is slightly off, this helps to seal it up and also make it look kind of like OEM fitment. So I like it. That's about it. It's really not too difficult, I think, and it's better than the universal one it's just like a straight piece. It doesn't look too dedicated. I do want to make another one of these, however. Right now I ran out of carbon fiber, but eventually I do want to make another one where I have the end right here kind of curves naturally. Just in one piece, it's gonna kind of rolls up like this to form like a built-in end plate, just to flow better with the rest of the car. But until then, I'm very happy with this for now. So yeah, so let's jump right to the video I shot when I made the piece. I'll show you how I laid the resin on to the carbon fiber to make the carbon fiber sheet, how I mount the L bracket with a rivets, as well as trimming everything. So thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. Hopefully this helps you, and let me know what you think. Leave me a comment below. If you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel. Give me a thumbs up. And last but not least, keep building stuff, and I'll see you in the next video. Thank you.